When it comes to computer cases, there's really never been more variety and selection available on the market than there is today. But what is it about a computer case that makes it unique to its individual user and the system that's built inside of it? I find that cases can range from not a case, and in fact you can get by without a case, although it's not recommended, it leaves your parts a little bit exposed, to the highest end of what we can kind of blend the line between art and functionality. This is the latter, and this is the InWin S-frame. It's designed out of a single huge piece of aluminum, features 15 folds, it's hand bent, and it is also quite beautiful. Let's take a closer look. The S-frame's claim to fame is that it is made from a single 4mm thick sheet of diamond cut aluminum. That sheet is actually folded or bent 15 times in order to make the unique shape of the S-frame, which can handle a full-size ATX motherboard and also a power supply and all the components you might expect to find in a standard computer. The sheet of aluminum initially measures over 6 feet long, and then it is actually bent by hand because there's no machines available that are large enough to do this type of bending. As a result, this is limited to 500 pieces, and they're going to be in high demand for folks who have fat wallets and are interested in an artwork type case. For accessories, you have individually packaged and labeled screws. This is going to be helpful for construction. You also have a USB 2.0 to USB 3.0 header adapter. It comes with sleeved serial ATA power and data cables, so that's going to help keep things tidy and nice looking, since this is a bit of a visual case with its large tempered glass side panel windows. The sleeved SATA and power data cables are also going to serve to provide with some extensions so that if your power supply doesn't have long enough cables, you can reach over to the motherboard as well as your peripherals. You also have a couple sleeved 8-pin CPU power cables, and then the case itself features, as previously mentioned, a full-size ATX motherboard tray. It can also fit micro ATX or mini ITX. It does feature 8 expansion slots, so you will have support for 3- or 4-way graphics cards configurations as long as you're using 2-slot cards. Note how they've set up a unique extra fold here at the top for your graphics card support. They've rotated the motherboard 90 degrees so that your plugs are on the top, and then they've also gone ahead and re-anodized that extra fold for the graphics card after the holes and notches were drilled out. So that's some crazy attention to detail here, and you can see the red highlights actually inside those screw holes as well as the black finish around the edges. The finish itself on the case is beautiful. It has a brushed metal finish on the front. It's set at an angled bias, so it gives it a meaner look along with that InWin logo that's right up at the top. Behind that, on the front panel connectors, you'll have a power and reset button, 4 USB 3.0 connectors, mic and headphone, as well as a hard drive activity LED. On the rear, you have a single 120mm exhaust fan, and then on the bottom you have space for 3 120mm bottom fans. You can also fit a 360mm radiator here, and I think this is going to be a very popular configuration, and a 360mm radiator should be able to cool down a CPU as well as a few graphics cards. The power supply is tucked behind the last fold of the case, and this can support fairly long power supplies as well since it is oriented vertically. And then the case's tempered side panel windows all removed with milled aluminum thumb screws, so that's very nice as well. You can tell they've anodized these in red as well. The case we have here is a black with red trim or red highlights. It's also available in a gray finish with blue highlights. Finally, for internal drive bay support, we have 4 internal bays, and each of those can accommodate a 2.5 or a 3.5 inch drive, and those will be very visible through the tempered glass side panel. Now, the InWin S-frame is obviously not a case for everyone. It is a limited run of 500 pieces first off, but also InWin has made some decisions here that lean a little bit more towards the design and aesthetics than they do towards functionality. That is not to say that it is not a fully functional computer case and would obviously fit excellently in anyone's home, but I'm curious to know what you guys would like to do if you had this case in your possession. What kind of system would you build? Would you go for a high-end gaming system with 2- or 3-way graphics card configurations? Would you go for a high-end workstation? Would you be contrary and just throw in a mini ITX AM1 socket build just because you could? It's kind of what I want to do. But let me know what you would do with this case in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and like this video while you were down there. And also, there are links to this product on Newegg.com in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.